makes you a great guy?
What makes me great is that I'm the personification of what I would want my daughter to marry.
Okay, so explain it. Tell us what.
But we asking for like
That's what makes me
qualifications.
Okay.
What are qualifications?
What's the qualifications you provide? What's the qualifications you provide? What's the qualifications you provide?
Shut up, bitch!
Yeah, notice how the first thing that came out of her mouth was provide. Can you imagine if men, the first thing that came out of our mouths was how often a woman has sex with us, or whether she know how to ride it, or whether she a throat goat? That's gonna determine how good of a woman she is. If those were the first things that came out of our mouth was something sexual, women would be in an uproar and have a fucking problem with it. So you should not be shocked when men have something to say about y'all coming out like this, like there isn't more to us than just paying y'all fucking bills.
This is bullshit. Good job, my brother. We rocking with you.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rome, back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So I got a video for you guys that was sent to me by a couple of subscribers. A woman was on the Daily Wrap-Up Crew podcast. Shout out to Daily Wrap-Up Crew. And they were discussing the 50-50 conversation and the provider conversation. Is providing in 2024 a scam? Gonna see what the ladies had to say. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
When most women talk about a provider man, it's usually a man that could provide all of the bills. Like a man being 100% provider in 2024 is a scam. Do you think that's true?
No, I am a very traditional type of woman. I do believe that a man should provide. I think that should be like flat out across the board, the norm. If you're going 50-50, then you're trying to be my roommate. And that's not what I'm seeking. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're going to go half on rent, then I might as well have a roommate. I really feel like
I'd rather pay the bills 100% and then go half with a partner.
I want a husband.
Have you ever been in a partner business relationship where one partner just went 100% and you went zero?
I have
That's
been
possible?
in that dynamic.
You would be in a business relationship like that?
In a business relationship.
It's a partnership, right?
Yeah,
We're both business partners.
100% finances. Somebody can do the legwork.
That's what the partnership is to you?
Now, what I find interesting is whenever I hear a woman say that I think it should be that way for all men across the board. If that's how you truly feel, then why come women aren't fighting for men to be in a position to do that the same way women fought for the right to not have to worry about a man providing for them anymore and being able to provide for themselves? Why aren't y'all doing that? Why don't y'all have that same energy like the women did back in the day? Better yet, here's a better question. Why aren't you asking your peers why they put you in a position of where you have to provide for yourself? 70% of women work. Where the fuck are y'all getting this from? Y'all need to get out of y'all delusional ass bubble. Okay? Goodness gracious. Let's keep it moving.
Is there a balance between having a financial standard and maybe that standard being the reason why maybe you're single longer than you would like to be?
Statistics is the balance, I think.
Okay.
I think it depends. I don't think anybody's wrong for having a financial standard. First of all, let me say that. Your standards are your standards. I think things can begin to get unrealistic, though, for what people actually think is out there and available for them. You'll see multiple people want a man that's able to support a household on his own. Okay, well, let's think about what it actually costs to support a household on your own. And then think about how many people, not just men, think about how many people make that much money. It ain't wrong that you want that, it's probably wrong that you think every man that you come across is supposed to make that. And it's definitely wrong if you think a man is not a man because he don't make that. Most Americans don't make that. You know what I'm saying? Chances are you don't make that.
We look at the average American man. He don't even make $60,000 a year. The average American woman don't even make $50,000 a year. If you look at the labor statistics, why is everybody tripping off this six-figure thing? If the average, we're not talking about the 1 to 10 percenters. We're talking about the average American don't make six figures. I was looking at a study, I believe last year. It said that only 21% of men in America make $100,000 a year. Out of that 20%, only 8% are black men. So it's not necessarily the dollar amount. I think women are having a hard time explaining what it is that they want. Six figures don't mean he's generous, first and foremost. When you are around, money, men with means, that don't mean they generous. Like, that's why I said it has to be the lifestyle. So if those in that income bracket is making similar, your lifestyles may be similar. You should be looking for somebody that has a similar lifestyle than you. There's nothing wrong with leveling up.
Do exist.
We look at the average.
And that's coming from April Mason, a former female dating coach who specifically worked with women that were looking for higher earning men. So when she recites those stats, I believe her 100%. I mean, and we've all looked it up ourselves, and you'll see it varies from 1 to 2% up or down, but it's around 20%, give or take. And for black women, yeah, it shrinks all the way down to 8%. So remember that stat that I recited early: 70%, 76% of women are working. 21% of men make 100K or more. Add 76 plus 21, that puts you at 97. Like you think it's a coincidence that both of those numbers come up pretty close to 100%? Just saying. I'm not saying there's a connection, but just saying. Let's keep it moving.
Yo, I'm really convinced women keep other women single. This is advice from a so-called marriage coach or dating coach. A man who wants you to be his living girlfriend while he continues to pay all of the bills he was already paying does not automatically make him a provider.
What? I'm blocking you. That was the dumbest shit I heard all day.
He's literally providing you with shelter, security, and the opportunity to save your own money.
Sound like a real nigga to me.
The delusion, the entitlement, the lack of gratitude is it's like they're getting more ungrateful by the day.
Because it's getting ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
Yo, shout out to the real women, man. Shout out to the real women. But the rest of these joints, doomed. Some of these women will never miss an opportunity to miss an opportunity. Imagine you let a woman move into your crib, alleviate all of her responsibilities, and she looking at you like you ain't doing shit. She's looking at you like you the one that ain't doing shit. You're not offering her anything.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Yo, it's a dirty game. Stay focused, though.
It's an evil world we live in.
And as somebody who's actually done this before, this was kind of triggering to hear. So let me get this straight. A man isn't a provider unless he moves you into a whole new apartment or house that costs more, requires him to cough out more money and bills, and you still not come out of pocket at all? Not only are they getting more ungrateful, but there are more and more of them starting to price themselves out. This is why that stat about half of them being single by 2030 is starting to look more like a real thing. Like, especially with this provider shit, like, it's getting bad, man. Just keep it moving.
That little prank that the girls are doing on their husband.
Bunny crew.
Where they say, babe, I can't pay the rent this month. And their husband looks at them all crazy because they're like, when has your broke ass ever paid the rent? That is so funny to me because it really just shows like who the provider men are.
Y'all wouldn't know what a provider man is if he slapped you in the face. No, it shows two people that actually putting shit together to make shit work. But y'all wouldn't know nothing about that because y'all always on the outside looking in and looking at the wrong shit and elevating that and glorifying the fact that a man pays some fucking rent or a mortgage. Most men pay the mortgage. Most men take the biggest bill, and the woman picks up everything else for the most part. Little small utilities, Wi-Fi, groceries, clothes for the kids. Most couples who've been together long enough work up to that point and build together so the man can take majority of the financial load. But no, provider men bandits think that you just magically find a man that's gonna pay 100% of all your fucking bills, and you can just sit, put your foot up, and diddle some grapes down your fucking throat. That's not how that works. It's not how that works for majority of couples. Yes, most men would love to take care of majority of the financial burden from a woman who has earned that. See, key word, earned that. Most of y'all don't earn that. Y'all just think that y'all supposed to just be entitled to that. And y'all don't even be with men long enough to even get to that point. Y'all just expect it. See, but I bet y'all won't actually go and sit down or ask those couples that y'all like, yes, I love it for the girlies, and actually ask the dynamics of their relationship or how they even got to that point and actually have them tell their stories. Y'all wouldn't want to be a part of that because that would require work. There were times when my wife had to pay her rent and I had to pay my rent because we was in two separate places. There were times when we was together and she paid half, I paid half. There were times when she paid the full mortgage because I didn't work and I paid fucking nothing. She had to pay all the bills. And now the only financial thing that she's actually responsible for is her car note and all the little frilly stuff for the kids and groceries. And the only reason she has to pay her car note is because she wants nice fancy cars. But she had to sit here with me so I could get to that point of financial breadwinning. You know what I'm saying? We had to build this shit brick by brick to get to this point so we can enjoy shit like this. But a lot of y'all want to skip over that and just get to where I'm at right now. Not how that works. At least successfully, that's not how that works. It's the exception, not the rule.
Man in the relationship makes $180,000 a year. His girlfriend, who he lives with, makes $40,000 a year. Their rent each month is $3,000 a month. The question is, how should we split the $3,000 a month rent?
To be honest, I don't think they need to split the rent. I think he needs a whole new girlfriend because why is he dating someone that's not in his league? She only makes $40,000, so there's no way that they're in the same league due to their financial situation. Do you see how mad you are? Did you just see how ignorant I sounded? Because I sat up there and I judged someone off of how much money they made. Guess what? It's not just the girlies that are mad. Some of the men are even mad from what I just said because we already know how the situation goes. But to answer the question, like in all reality, he can pay the rent, but she gonna pay all those utilities. And now I'm being so serious. You make $180K, she make her $40,000. Cool. You'll pay the utilities, I'll pay all the rent. Is that 50-50? No. That's probably like 80-20. But guess what? Boy math says that's 50-50.
Yeah, I agree. Because if I'm making $180K a year, that's only $36K a year out of my 180, which leaves me with 144. And even if I handle the other big bills like the car note, car insurance, things of that nature, I'm still up for real. However, don't think you're gonna sit over here and just not pay for a damn thing. You can handle the smaller bills, utilities, groceries, and things of that nature, and you'll still come out with plenty spending money on your own. But $3,000 a month for rent between two people? Where the hell are y'all living at and staying at that requires y'all to pay that much rent? You can actually find some place that's a lot less expensive just for the two of y'all. That's crazy work. I'm not paying $3,000 a month for rent if it's just the two of us. That's crazy. But I really don't like the way that question was framed because you can tell that a woman more than likely framed that question that way because reality is they in a situation like with a disparity that big, they would expect the man to pay for 100% of everything. That's the reason why they framed that question that way, bro. Don't be fooled, fellas. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
If you want your house clean, hire me a maid.
Okay.
Realistically, yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Do you want me to clean? I agree. I'll hire the maid and I'll marry the maid.
Bombs.
I'll marry the maid.
All of it, like she's tied up, she's done lots
That's
of
the
stuff.
question. That's the
She's,
question.
you know,
I will
she's on
answer.
the time of the
Exceptional
month,
circumstance. Of course.
and she's like, "Can you please help me with
Yes,
the
I will say
dishes?"
to her, of course, I'll do the dishes. By the way, you got the rent this week.
You're taking the mick.
Okay. Look.
Why
okay.
do men
Listen.
go into marriages hating their wives?
Now, I personally believe in traditional values. I was raised by grandparents. So to me, I was raised and taught that women are in the kitchen and men are the ones providing. I always hear women yell at the top of their lungs and say that men need to provide and that's what they're good for is providing. So what is the difference from a man telling you you need to cook and clean? 9 times out of 10, he's probably buying the food in the fucking fridge because you don't want to work. I'm not saying you can't, relax. I'm not saying you can't have some time off. I'm not saying it has to be an everyday thing. We're human. We get tired. There's days, y'all, where I don't want to cook. I want to get takeout. There's days I just want to order in. Nothing's wrong with that. But if you expect your man every single day, pay for this, do this, why can't you make food? Again, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but I've never had a period that was so excruciating I couldn't get up. I go to the gym when I'm on my period. I'm sorry, guys, to be TMI, but she just said that. What happens when she's on her period and she needs a break? You guys are acting as if your period is so crippling you can't even walk. I don't know, y'all. I'm sorry. I just think a lot of women are lazy, and we see it all the time. You don't want to work. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to clean. You don't want to take care. But that's your job and that's your role. Do not sign up to be a wife or a mother if you don't know it's a 24/7 job. It's hard. Why do you guys sign up for that stuff? If you know you're a lazy woman and you know you don't even like cooking for yourself, why get with a man? You can't even hold up your end of the bargain, baby. Leave it to the women who want to be wives and know what they're doing so that way you're stress-free. And the reason why I'm saying this is because look at what she said at the end of the video. Why do you guys hate your women so much? It's not that they hate you. It's just men will push through things no matter what they go through. Their father could die and they're still going to put food on the table. They could lose somebody and still put food on the table. I've seen men in my family get hurt and still put food on the table. The moment one little thing happens to you, oh, I can't, yeah. You see what I mean? I don't think men hate us. I don't think men look at us and despise us. I just think they look at us and say, damn, man, we put in the effort when we're sad, mad, depressed, going through it. And look at you guys. You have every excuse in the book to not do stuff. Look at women. When a man wants to do stuff with you, it's been 6 months since the last time he's seen your Starburst. And anytime he tries to get some, what do? My stomach hurts. I don't feel good. But now if you asked him to go buy you a bag or go do this, you expect that bag by the end of the week. There's no downtime for him. And you'll give him the silent treatment. You won't give it to him. You won't this and that. You guys say that men hate you, but you guys do things that show you hate men. The moment a man does something that doesn't serve you, what do? Withhold affection for how long? Months, years on end. Oh, but men hate you guys? Make it make sense. Now, I'm not trying to be rude, y'all. It's just my opinion. I just personally think that marriage is not for slow, weak-ass women. I'm sorry. It's a job all the time. It's a job to compromise with the husband. It's a job to take care of your man. It's a job to constantly make sure he's good. It's a job to feed your family. It's a job to take care of multiple people. So why do you guys get into these situations when you cannot handle it? You're not feeding for one, you're feeding for 4. But that's something you signed up for. And 9 times out of 10, who is the one begging and fucking screaming for kids? Women. Who's the one begging, when are you going to marry me? Where's my ring? Where's my ring? So why, when you get the ring, all you do is complain about, I don't want to cook, I don't want to this, I don't want to that. But this is exactly what you begged for. How are you going to ask God and pray for something from God, and when you get it, you don't even appreciate it? Like I said, there's nothing wrong with being tired. Do not misconstrue what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with, hey, babe, I need a little break. Hey, babe, the kids are a little bit too much. Nothing wrong with unwinding. But if your man can't take a break off of work because he doesn't want to pay bills anymore, what's the difference from you wanting to take a break at home? A job's a job. Sorry, y'all. I see both parties. I see how women can get tired. I see how men can get frustrated as well, too. And like I said, men have a lot of pressure and a lot of things put onto them, especially when they're the sole provider. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, I grew up in a traditional household. I've seen the men in my family be sole providers, and I see how much it takes to do that and take care of a family.
It's not easy, and they never stop doing it, even when they're tired, even when they're depressed, even when they lose it. I've even seen men in my family not even have a car and still make it to their job. So to me, y'all, I think men and women have their own sacrifices that they do to take care of one another. But I don't think because a man wants you to cook and clean, he doesn't like you and you signed up for the marriage. Stop bitching and complaining about a marriage you can't handle. For the women in this world that yell and scream for a fucking ring and kids, you guys get it and then complain when you have all this work to do. Then stop complaining about having kids. Kids are not an easy job. I think you guys want kids and the ring and all that stuff for luxury purposes. I don't think you guys actually care about the people you're with, because here's my thing. It's an honor to do things for my man. I love to cook for him. I love to take care of him. I love to spoil him. I don't have that mindset of like, fuck man, I got to make him food. God damn it, I got to suck his dick. I don't think like that. And I never have that. I want to do it. I want to please him. But hey, we're not all the same now, are we now? Some of us hate men, some of us don't. Can't relate. God bless.
A woman should never ask a man to provide more than he can provide. That's wrong. A woman should always live within the man's means. And if the man has the means, great. If he doesn't, don't ask for it. And if you want more, work together to build it up.
A woman who is low wants to spend your money. A woman who is reasonable wants to help you grow your wealth. And she's willing to feed from that which she has helped create.
Y'all let me know what you thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that's with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.